Hello guys, welcome to today's session on LED matrix, where we are going to discuss on how to implement, how to get rid of multiple wires being used in too many LEDs if we are having a connection of numerous LEDs. Like as of now, as I can present in my screen, I have numbers of LEDs to be used as of now. So with these LEDs, if you are having a single colored LED, you will be having definitely having two wires, where the one will be your positive leg and another will be your negative leg. So with these two legs, you will be having two wires each for each individual LEDs. So considering the number of LEDs as I have kept here, 25 LEDs I have kept here. So to light up all these LEDs, either what I do is I can put each wire to each LEDs, and for the positive terminal I will get a positive wire to the battery, and the negative terminal will be connected to negative terminal of the battery, considering resistance in account. So this resistance as of now I have added, and this I will put for each of the LEDs. So number of resistors will also increase. So instead of that, what we can do is we can implement a shorter way where we can connect LEDs in such a sequence where number of wires will be reduced. So considering the number of LEDs so far are 25, so if we consider to connect each of the wires positive terminal to positive of the battery, like I'll place one terminal positive and the negative terminal over here, the power will considered as the positive terminal, and the ground will be considered as the negative terminal. That will be your minus of your battery. So I will just show ground. Okay, now considering these two terminals, if I connect an LED here with these two wires, the similar way I have to connect for all the LEDs, whether it is D1, D2, D3, D4, D5. So for a one LED we are getting two wires, one will be a positive and another will be a negative wire. So with these, in case we will be having multiple wires, and that means the number of LEDs into two. So this is a case of only a two terminal LED which is having a single color as of now. So just think of, imagine of the LEDs having a tricolor LEDs, like a blue, red, blue, green, and another one will be your common leg, that will be either a neutral, sorry, negative, or the positive leg of the LED. So in case of that, we can reduce the number of wires to be used. It will directly become whatever number of LEDs are there. If you represent in a form of matrix, as you can see here, the LEDs are placed in such a way that I can it can be imagined as a matrix, the same matrix we create in mathematics, the same matrix we have kept. So it is a 5 cross 5 matrix, where a row is representing the 5 LEDs and column is representing the 5 LEDs. So total will be 25 LEDs so far we are having. So whatever the number of columns will be there for a matrix, and whatever the number of rows will be there for a matrix, will represent the number of the total sum of rows, and the total sum of columns will represent the total number of wires to be used in that particular LED. So for this I will connect the LEDs in the way I need to be connected in a matrix we use to connect. So for a matrix to work, what we are doing is we are connecting all the wires of the rows with the positive terminal. So let's consider we are considering all positive terminals to be coming into a row. So we just connect all LEDs in such a way that all our rows will consist of the positive wires. Okay, I missed out to add switch buttons, like a push buttons to control these LEDs. The benefit of these LEDs, meanwhile I will tell you about the what is LED matrix. LED matrix is just a way of connecting multiple LEDs in such a way that input to two of wires can decide which LED to turn on, and that is the when we are lighting up any of the row or any of the column. So that will decide which LED or which multiple LEDs you want to turn on at a single push. So as you can see, I have connected all the positive terminals in row way. Similar, I will go for the negative terminal, but it will be in column manner. So all the columns I will just try to move it from here. Okay, actually the name is coming. Okay, I will move it from here. So I will connect all the LEDs negative terminal on their column way. So I'll just connect these LEDs here. Similar way I will connect these also. Okay, you might have seen the few of the LED displays are being used in metros or stations where the clocks or the displays are used. They actually are built with this way only. The matrix is designed with the help of LEDs. The LEDs are scattered in such a way that it forms a matrix, whether it is a in a row and in a column manner. So these LEDs are either the number of LEDs will increase in the row. If the rows are increased, it will be a landscape display where you will see a printing. You might have observed or noticed in metro stations that these LEDs also move. So these patterns can also be produced with this kind of matrix created. So let's just connect these terminals. Okay, as you can see, I have connected the fourth row, the similar, so fourth column. I will connect the fifth column also the same way. So what we have to do is either the negative terminal or the positive terminal we are going to take in row, and the another terminal apart from which we have already taken in a row, we will take it on column side. So if you are taking a positive on the row, make sure you are connecting all the columns with the negative, or if you are taking negative, that is particularly your decision how to take it. So with this I will just add resistors on each of the either of the row or on the column side. So I'll just create a duplicate copy of this. One second. Yeah. So for each column I am just adding a resistance, so that in real time if you are using any LEDs, you definitely need resistance for that. Maybe your voltage supply depends. If the voltage supply is same as the voltage required for LED, then it is not required, but it's best to add resistance to LED, so it will save your LED for from higher voltages. So next to this I will add a push button to control each individual LEDs. So I will find a push button, a normal push button in here. Okay, this is a normal push button. So with this okay, with this when I am connecting any of the resistor here, I be needing, so these the column is consisting of negative, so this push button will go to negative. So I will just create all push button to control any of the LEDs with respect to this LED matrix. We will be needing inputs, so to drive any of the LED. Okay, how to drive, I will let you know how these connections are actually working in a matrix, that I will show you right now. Let me just finish up with this connection. Okay, the similar way I will be adding push buttons on the positive side. Okay, let's add. Okay, so I'm adding all the positive terminals for the push button, and I will add this positive here. I'm just either I can move this here, or and I will add sorry, now I will add this common to the push buttons input. Now these push button inputs are going to the columns of all the LEDs, and the positive will be coming from here, so I will be adding positive for each rows. Okay, so as per the connection, you might have already identified, like if I push this button, the positive of this will go to this row. Okay, now uh, to glow this LED, what I need is, I need this particular push button to be on, so that the ground connection will be connected. So if I am pushing this, I will just push this button, so the positive terminal will be given to the LED D1. But at the same time, I need to complete the loop. So to complete the loop, I need this LED to complete the loop from here, because this is the only path I can find. Rest of the LEDs are, if you know, the diode won't work in reverse bias, and the same goes for the LEDs, since those are the light emitting diodes. So with these LEDs, even though if I connect these connection, the reverse current won't be possible, because this will become the positive, and this is also the positive, and same will go for this, so that there won't be any current flow. So in case I'm just closing this push button, and the same time, the only way possible for me to complete the loop is to push this button. Now in case this loop is done, this loop is connected, that means both the push button, the ground push button, and the positive terminal push button has been connected. At that time, that particular LED will glow. So if I want to glow up the sixth LED, what I have to check is the row in which it is connected and the column in which it is connected. So in case I want to glow this D6 LED, I just need to connect the positive terminal from this push button. I will put it on, and I will complete the path by this column, so it has to go to this push button. So this push button will complete the loop and provide the ground, and it will work. So let's see its simulation, whether it's working or not. So I have kept on simulation. So as of now, here nothing is coming. So let's try. I'll push. Okay, something happened wrong. Let's see. The LEDs have been glown to sorry, white. Okay, let's see. One second. I think I have added a resistance of higher value. I will just remove. I will just short this resistance. Okay, let's now put okay, it's glowing. I don't know how it is coming, where from where, somewhere the loop has. Okay, let's read out. It's a 2.2 volt, it's a 100k resistance. Okay, from here you can read the specification of LED. Okay, let me just disconnect. Let me just identify these wires. If you hover onto this terminal, it should show. My understanding is that has to be the connection, but maybe I went wrong. Okay. Maybe something is wrong. I don't know how it is creating that loop. It should not do such thing. Let's check. Okay, this is our negative terminal, this is our negative terminal, this is our negative terminal, the negative is coming to this is okay, fine. The ground is connected to here, so all the grounds are coming here. If there is any positive connection made in between. Okay, let's see, the positive is coming here, the positive is coming here. Okay, fine. Okay, let's check again. I'll just connect this again to this one. Okay, so far everything is fine. I'll just connect. Okay, something is not correct over here. Okay, the resistance is causing that issue. Okay, I'll just remove that resistance part. Actually, in actual simulation, if you do it, nothing will happen like this. So maybe some resistance issue is there in simulation mode. Okay, so let's check now. As I told you, if I connect to this positive terminal, this positive will be given to these entire row. So entire row is having the positive terminal, but the ground terminal is not provided. So if I provide positive to this particular LED should glow. So let's see. So this LED is only glowing. Okay, now how to make multiple LEDs glow? I hope you might have understand if a row connection has been made. That means the positive light has been given to this row and negative line is given to this. So only this particular LED is completing its loop, not others. If I want this D10 or D16 to glow, I need to complete its loop. So the positive is already being provided. I only need the negative of that particular part. So to glow up D16 or D10, I will just push this button and the loop will complete. Once the loop is completed, that particular LED will glow. Now if you check, I want to glow multiple LEDs at a time. So I want to make a pattern, I want to make anything, I just want to make something like from this. So let's say I want to print a pattern, I want to print a pattern. What pattern I want to print is, okay, I want something. Okay, for some of the patterns you need a certain delays. So those delays won't occur here. Those delays, what will happen will show, actually our eyes will see around 60 fps, 60 frame per second. At that point, in case any transition is happening below that, okay, the higher frames are being switched. At that time you won't be able to notice. So in that case you can create certain patterns by which you can create a print any letter or print anything here with the help of matrices. That I will show you in the next videos, how to print those kind of patterns, how to print your name, how to print any character. So as of now, what is possible is you can glue a particular LED, but with the help of a microcontroller or with the help of timers, you can actually print characters with this help, with the help of this. Okay, consider you are having a automatic switch over here. Instead of pushing, you have a program, you have a code to uh, put this button on, put off this button, then put this button on, put off this button, then put on this button. So if in this case, if you are having a transition very quickly, like this is switched, this is switched, then this is switched, then this is switched, then it's switched, like this, you will see a pattern. And if this speed is increased, since I'm doing manually, I won't be able to do it much faster. But if you do it with the help of microcontroller or microprocessor, this speed will increase, and hence you can create a pattern, you can create your name. So let's consider I want to create a X over here. Okay, I want to glow this. If I glow these LEDs in parallel. Okay, now these LEDs, as of now, if you see, it can create a X over here, but as of now, if I put on, so as of now, if you check, the pattern is created, okay, but now I have just highlighted those LEDs, it's not glowing as of now. So if you want to glow this LED in this pattern, you need a delay in between of each sequence. How? Because what will happen if you push on this LED, okay, if you push on this row, push on this row, the entire row will glow. But if you check, with entire column, you need some of the LEDs to glow. So if you create a microsecond of delay on these switching these and these rows respectively, first what you will do, you will turn on this switch, and at the time you will turn on this column. Okay, so the row 1 and row 4th you are going to turn on. Okay, at that time, I think I have missed something. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Row one and row fifth if you turn on, and at the same time if you turn on the column one, at that time D1 and D11 will be glowing. But after a delay, you need to switch off this and switch on uh, column 2 and respectively you want to turn on. You have to turn on this row 2 and row 4 to turn on D6 and D8. Similarly, at the third stage you have to turn on uh, column 3 and row 3 so that the D13 can turn on. Then again you have to turn on row 2 and row 4 with column 4 on, and then again after a delay of microseconds or seconds or whatever, which at the transition which you can't identify, you have to turn on row 1 and row 5, and with that you have to turn on column 5. At that point of time you will see a pattern. If the same thing is repeated within a while loop, which you will understand with the coding, which I'll show you in next videos. So at that time, at that point, if you see, the transition will happen so fast that you will only see this X being glowing at that point. So with that, I think the LED matrix video session I will end up. But because of this LED matrix, you can literally reduce the number of wires being used. If you consider the number of LEDs to be 100, so 100 into 2, number of wires will increase to directly to 200. And controlling those 200 wires, you need multiple push buttons, multiple switches, or multiple microcontrollers pins, because in microcontrollers also you will find number of pins to be less. At that point, what we can use is we can use this LED matrix. This LED matrix, once connection is done, when you identify how to actually create a matrix with, you can create a series pattern, and you can create a Diwali lightnings and all those things. So for festival lightnings, and you can create a number of patterns where you can glow a sequence of LEDs, whether to glow sequence in this way or any individual LEDs to be glown in between the LEDs. So these kind of patterns you will be able to create with the help of matrix. Whereas if you just think of it, 100 LEDs, I talked about the 100 LEDs, those will be having a 200 number of wires, because positive and negative terminals will be there. So with those positive and negative terminals, you have to route 200 wires. 200 wires, 100 for positive, 100 for negative. So that will be an hectic part for you. But whereas if you create a matrix for 10 cross 10, that will create 100 LEDs configuration. Okay, now that 10 cross 10 will define that 10 plus 10 fires will be used for 10 for negative and 10 for positive terminals, and that will reduce your wires. From 200 you came to 20, that is 10 times less, 1 by 10th of those number of fires. So it will literally help you to configure and route all the LEDs. So from by this, I'll just end up this video, and I hope you enjoyed this video and understanding the LED matrix. Please let me know if any comments or if any questions on how to route these LEDs in series. That also I will show you in the next video. This is a 5 cross 5 matrix. I will try to create a 10 cross 10, that is 100 LEDs matrix, and with that also I will create one sequence, or create some patterns with those LEDs to be shown later. Okay, bye friends, see you again.